Before the tombs, before the pharaohs, there was one shape, one mystery, and one man who built it. Some called it a tomb, but those who built it knew better. The sand tried to bury it, time tried to erase it, but it still breathes beneath us.
Tomb? That's adorable.
What they drew and what they built were not the same thing.
We just followed the instructions. Mostly.
The king feared death more than war. He offered gold, land, temples, anything to escape it. The architect left the court in silence, not out of respect, just curiosity.
He called me priest, builder, sorcerer. I answered to none of them.
That night, something answered, not in words, but in angles.
He thought I was designing a tomb. I was diagramming an engine.
The drawings weren't blueprints. They were frequencies carved into stone. The structure wasn't made to house a body. It was made to activate a signal.
The sun was the first client.
The foundation was laid in silence, not out of discipline, but disbelief. The tools didn't cut. They hummed. Some blocks moved without being touched. Others refused to be moved at all.
Weight was optional.
The workers began praying to the scaffolding.
May the spirits guide this sacred offering.
We weren't building. We were translating.
They built faster when they stopped asking how.
Faith was faster than physics.
When the king died, the wind stopped. The birds disappeared. The shadows turned inward. No one touched the body for 3 days. The priests said he wasn't finished.
He wasn't dead. He was listening.
The sarcophagus wasn't carved. It was found, already sealed.
It didn't want to be opened. And he didn't want to leave.
They buried him at solar noon, and the sun hesitated.
We buried a man. But something else stood up.
That night, the pyramid began to hum. When the pyramid locked shut, the wind changed direction. Flames no longer rose. They bent sideways like they were listening. The sky turned amber, then red, then black. The priest sang in reverse. And under the pyramid, something moved. That night, the river reversed. The fire came first. Not from the torches, but from the air. Smoke drifted sideways, upward, then inward. And the glyphs began to write themselves.
Fire didn't burn in there. It decoded.
It was a language I had never seen, but one I somehow understood.
It didn't want worship. It wanted memory.
And I recorded every word.
And the vault remembered. Each chamber sealed itself in silence. Below the glyphs, older symbols pulsed, the ones no one claimed. A tremor passed through the limestone, then another. The air no longer echoed. Something was listening.
You hear the hum too, right? Or is that just a me thing? Anyway, when it starts again, try not to look directly at the light, or the walls, or your thoughts. I wrote it all down, twice. Once for memory, once for the vault.
They buried it in limestone, in symbols, in silence. But memory doesn't die, it waits. And when the next one opens, maybe this time we'll understand what we were never meant to read.
Another chapter sealed, another mystery waiting. Return soon to the lost archives.